Yes, good evening, good morning. Yes, we'll start the class. Right, so yes, previous day, just we have till now what we have discussed. We'll see one time summary. We'll see. I think if you have done early registration, maybe they will share you. Yes, they will share you the recordings plus material. Please go through step by step. Okay, till now what we have seen here, what is cloud computing we have seen. Okay, then second one is here cloud computing services we have seen, cloud computing uh, uh, has three service models, right? Service models of cloud computing we have seen: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Right, right. So second one is here next one. Next one we have seen, we have started with AWS, Amazon Web Services. We have summarized that AWS is one of a leading cloud platform which is there today in the market. Okay, right. Audio is okay for all people. My voice is good. Sujit, Sarath, Narendra, Malik, voice is clear or low or high? Yes, Sujit is saying yes.
It
Okay,
is clear, yeah.
Yes, sir.
right,
Good,
Your
yeah.
voice is very
right. Thank you very much. Yes, yeah. Check it after that we have started with AWS. We have seen that one of a leading cloud platform which is available today in the market, and we have discussed that just any cloud platform is a collection of data centers. Data centers means what? So these data centers maybe they have arranged in the form of regions, like availability zones, like different architecture. Why? Because each cloud provider will arrange the data centers in different architecture. Right. So after that, we have seen Amazon has built the data centers across the globe, and through that data centers, they are providing the services. We have seen that in cloud, any any component any component is available in the form of a service. So it may be we need one hardware machine, one database, one storage, anything there, it is there in the form of a service. Right. After that, we have seen as part of AWS infrastructure. Okay, AWS infrastructure. We have discussed we have seen that across the globe till now we have 24 zones are there, sorry, regions are there, right? In each region has availability zone. In each availability zone we have one or more data centers. In these data centers we have the resources. Okay, the services they are providing through these data centers. That is what is the summary we have seen here till now. Okay, this is the summary what we have seen till now. Right, right. So now here let's we will go with the next concept. We'll see what are the major components of the major components of AWS. We'll see. Briefly, we have discussed already previously. Okay, previously we have discussed already, briefly, what are the major services are there as part of AWS. We'll see now in detail. We'll see the services. After discussing the services in detail, then we'll start with the one by one service. Right. Let's say we'll start with the services. In detail, what are the major components are there as part of AWS? We'll see one by one. Right, right, right. So start with right. So we have seen that in the website Amazon is showing these are the main components which are offered by AWS. Okay, these are the main components which are offered by AWS, like compute services are there. Container compute services we have discussed already to create the virtual machines. Okay, to go with serverless computing, we have these compute services. Containers are there basically to run some software components. Generally, we are using these containers actually. So we'll see again containers. Customer engagements like database services are there. Developer tools are there. Developer tools are there, especially like DevOps tools are available as part of AWS cloud data centers. Right. The same way front end and web and mobile application services are there. Here we have one service called Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. So by using that Elastic Beanstalk, remember, we can deploy the websites. We can build the web applications. Gaming related, IoT related, machine learning. Okay. Management and governance related means security and management related. Media services are there. We have seen basically for live streaming organizations plus Amazon Prime, Netflix, all those things. Migration services are there, which are important for us, migrating from on-premises to cloud platforms. Network and CDN, content delivery network services are there. Networking services also very important services for us. Okay, networking services. Right. So, in the same way, like we have seen that here we are calling it as what? VPC, Virtual Private Network. Storage services are there, another important services are there. Serverless services also we are using today's here. Serverless. Here we have one service called Lambda service is there under compute, which is used for serverless computing. What is this serverless? We have to see that later. Okay. Then security and identity is there another important service, another important component. Here we can create here users, we can create groups, we can create. Okay, roles we can create, we can grant the privileges. For example, tomorrow I want to allow Sujit to work with the compute services. For example, he should create the virtual machines, everything. I want to allow like Sarath to work with the database services. RDS is there, right? Relational database service. Okay, like this here, if I want to allow Narendra to work with developer tools, I want to allow Malik to work with robotic components. So for that purpose, remember, anything if want to allow someone to work with the respective resources, we have to go with this security and identity services. Here we have one service called IAM. IAM, Identity and Access Management, IAM. So we'll use that service. Like this, like various components are there here as part of AWS. Okay, that's why in the summary we have to understand. Summary we have to understand what are the components are required today to develop any type of software technologies, to build any type of IT infrastructure for any client. All those components are available in AWS Cloud Platform. Okay, already we have discussed maybe some components may not be there in one region, some components may be there in one region, but almost all regularly used components are there in every region. Okay, right, right. Check your compute related services. We have seen EC2, we have discussed in the previous class. Means what? Tomorrow, if you want to create a dedicated server, okay, one dedicated server I want to create, one Linux server or one Windows server. So where which we can take remote desktop or we can take SSH, okay, we can start working. For that purpose here, see, we have EC2 service is available here, Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, by using EC2, what we can do? We can create the machines. Important service here, very, very important service, which we are using regularly. So just say like this EC2 service comes in which type of category? IaaS or PaaS or SaaS? Sujit, EC2. Yes, Vikram, good evening. Welcome back. Just now we have started. Okay, on the recording, no problem. Don't worry. EC2 comes under which type of service, Sujit? You can use the chart option. EC2. Yeah, EC2 comes under Narendra. Which service? Which type of service? Sarath, anyone? EC2 is what? To create a dedicated machine or own server. Yes, Narendra is saying IaaS. Yes, Sujit, IaaS. Okay, infrastructure as a service. Why? Because in case of infrastructure as a service, we have discussed already. We can create our own dedicated servers. We can create. Okay, we can work with that dedicated servers. Okay, right. That is like what is IaaS? Is that? Yeah, EC2 comes under IaaS, right? In the same way, some storage related services are there. Why? Because storage is also compulsory component, right? Any application you want to deploy, any application backup we need to maintain. In that scenarios here, storage services are compulsory services for us. Okay, storage services are compulsory for us. Check here, one of the main services that's here, S3. S3. Whenever you see S3, simple storage service, simple storage service. Basically, it is used to create the storage like SAN, storage area network. After creating the storage here you can deploy any documents, backups, anything we can place here in the storage service. And we can deploy the static websites also we can deploy. Static website means what? Single means like where we don't have any dynamic feature, static website. Okay, so that is like already have discussed like my small company is there here in Hyderabad and I think some problem is there with I think okay, okay, I think some problem is there with the hosting people, I think. Okay, so here's like yeah. So if you want to build one static website, a small website means without any dynamic behavior, then we can build the static website also with S3. Here in S3, we'll call here something called here buckets. Buckets hierarchy we'll discuss again. Yes, S3 in S3 we can create a bucket. Bucket is like a container. In that bucket, we can deploy the files and folders we can deploy. Buckets are like our drives like D drive, E drive, F drive like this here. Buckets. Just one second, I will connect to the portal. We'll enter into the portal. We'll see this. Okay. Yeah. Services. Previously also we have seen, but I will show you some services practically, which we can see now. Okay. After that, we'll see all in detail. yeah, the respective concepts. Okay, right, right. Yeah, one second. Just I will log into one of my network. Okay, just wait. Right. So yes, check here. Connected. I think. Sorry. Right. Now I can see the screen. So connected successfully. Now here we can see the services. Already we have seen all services. We can check here. All AWS services we can check here. Right. So here see like we have seen EC2 is it one of a service comes under what compute where we can create the instances. If I go to EC2, first it will show us any running instances are there or not, means running machines are there or not. Okay, we can create new instances also here. Okay, if I go to running instances, for example, uh, check here, launch instances. We can search here, see. Actually, some categories are there, we'll see later. Which instance you want to create, which type of machine you want to create. It is asking here very clearly. Which type of machine you want to create, it is asking. Okay, right. So let's say I want to create one Windows machine or I want to create one Linux machine, for example. Let's say here see Amazon Linux machine is there. It is free for a tier which is eligible for us here. We can work. Okay, in the same way, if you want to create a Windows machine, you can say here Windows server. Press enter. Check here whatever the Windows machine images are available. We can see all the images. We can create the Windows machine. Any machine we can create here. Okay, which comes under what? Our own dedicated machine actually. Okay, we can stop this machine. We can shut down the machine. We can restart the machine. Okay, we can have our own softwares, any number of softwares in this machine. Okay, we can increase the size of the machine, we can decrease the size of the machine. Means our own dedicated server, we have to understand, which comes under what? EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, then we have S3 services are there, another important services we have seen. S3 Simple Storage Service. Simple storage services, then we can search also here, whatever the services we need. Okay, S3 I want, for example, it is showing here. Okay, scalable storage in the cloud. Like this here, we can search also. Okay, whatever the services we need. Right, just here, if I go to S3, simple storage service, Here we can create our own storage. We can create in that storage. We can place the files and folders, and we can grant the yeah. We'll see. Become just one. The Docker is yeah, different actually. Yeah, for for DevOps related activities, we'll use that Docker. We'll see different tool actually. Okay, right. So check here, like here, see in S3 we can create a bucket. Okay, in that bucket we can upload the files and folders. For example, I'm saying my backups. Any name, my backups. Okay, yeah, we can place the buckets here in which region you want to create. Okay, so we can grant the permissions and other activities we can do actually here. So it is saying like your name already exists. Why? Because except this EC2. Okay, all these comes under PaaS actually. PaaS means what? Platform as a service. In PaaS, uh, everything is remember shared actually. These are the shared objects actually in PaaS. See, once the bucket is created, means in that bucket we can place the resources. We can define the rules also, means who can access this bucket, from which URL it can be accessed. Everything we can define actually. Basically, it is a like a sandbox, okay, storage. There are no objects and permissions. All those things we can define. So in the access points here, we can define here like priority actually, like we'll see that. So that is like various things we can define here, access points. We can upload the files, okay, into this bucket. So we can yeah, work with the buckets programmatically also we can access, and through URL also we can access. Okay, every bucket has one public URL actually. Through public URL also we can access these buckets. One of your main storage service here. Understood, right? What is bucket? Just bucket purpose understood, right? All people. Just we are creating what? Some storage device we are creating, like sandbox storage area network. In that we can place our files and folders, and we can define the access privileges, and these files and folders can be accessed through some application also. From yeah, we can define the restrictions. One question is that what kind of file format can any kind of files actually? Why? Because they are maintained in the form of a object. It may be images or clips or videos, any type of files. That is the reason for different type of format files, we have different storage options are there. Okay, so that's why we have multiple. Again, say block storage is it, which is used generally in case of EC2 instances. Archival storage is there, which is called Glacier. Amazon Elastic File System is there to work with the files. Like we have, we can create a shared folder. We can access that shared folder from any other systems also. These are still four types of storage services are available. But remember, S3 is our main service. Okay, simple storage service. We'll see this again one by one. Now we'll have confusion. That's why because we are not discussing practically these things. That's why I'm not discussing more. We'll see in the storage services all these one by one. Right. Database related services are there. Another important services we have seen already. We have seen here. We have RDS is there. Amazon RDS. Right. Relational database service. Relational database service is there where we can maintain, where we can deploy any databases, maybe Oracle databases or SQL Server databases, MySQL databases, okay, MariaDB. Any databases we can deploy here. See, right? Generally, we know for for every application we have databases are compulsory for every application. That's why database service is one of a regularly used service. Tomorrow, one request is that place this database into RDS. Okay, we'll see how to deploy that, how to, after deploying, how to verify, how to access the databases. One question is that these four storage services cover, yeah, we'll cover all these services, right? Right. And understood, right? What is the purpose of RDS? We'll see the interface of this RDS one time. RDS. Already we have seen relational database service here, RDS. Just what is the purpose of which service we have to understand here clearly. Okay, right. What is the purpose of which service we have to understand. See here, it is saying Amazon Aurora is a MySQL. One Amazon has their own database already. Actually, we'll see here. If I say create a database, now it is asking here which database engine you want to place the database in, which type of engine it is asking. Amazon has their own database service here, Aurora, right? So whose cost is very less. Then MySQL is it. We can place MySQL databases. Let's say my client is already using MySQL database in backend. Okay, we can deploy this into AWS by selecting this MySQL. Okay, in the same way, in the same way, say we have MariaDB is there, one of another DBMS actually, which is almost all similar to MySQL, but which is somewhat enhanced product. PostgreSQL is there. This is also free uh, software. Oracle, Microsoft SQL servers here. Actually, only these two are the paid database systems actually. Okay, so that is yeah, these two are what? So paid are DBMS products, but almost all other products are here free products. Free products means what? Only to host in the AWS charges are there. Means no need to purchase the license. That's why almost all these database products cost is very less as compared with what? SQL Server or Oracle. Okay, SQL Server Oracle cost is more. Other RDBMS are what? Free RDBMS products. That's why cost is very less here. For SQL Server, it is saying monthly estimated cost here, $34, $35 here, 3,000 plus. Okay, so in the same way, if I go to Oracle, we'll see this one by one practically in RDS concepts, how to deploy the various different types of databases in Amazon. But see, my Oracle cost is very high here, 800 plus. Again, we can change actually here, like how much storage, this, we can change. It will reduce actually. If I go to MySQL, if I see here, this MySQL also with support and with other activities. Okay. So if you want like multi-availability zones, you want to maintain like various things actually. Means in the options we can deselect which are not required for us. Okay, so like this, different cost options are there, but for Amazon Aurora DB, see, almost all it is very less cost. Check here, like almost all it is free. Free means For IOPS and support, they are charging. Okay, right. Like they say, like RDS is there's a relational database service which is compulsory for every applications. Amazon has here one more database, DynamoDB, which is a NoSQL database. NoSQL database here, Amazon. The same way they have one more like data warehouse services, the Redshift, Elastic Cache. These are some other services are there here. Here in all these are Amazon services, but here we can host what SQL Server, Oracle, various databases. Then networking services are there. One more important service is the VPC is there, here, which is our main service. Virtual Private Net Cloud. Virtual Private Cloud, which allows to create the yeah, why? Because every machine has its own IP, right? Whenever we are provisioning a EC2 instance, right? So a separate dedicated server with Linux or Windows server. In that machine, every machine should have its own IP, right? Its own network. For that purpose here, this VPC should be created first before launching any EC2 instance. First, we have to create VPC. In that, we have to define the IP ranges. Some architecture is there. We'll see subnet, something are there here. So then we can launch the VPC instance with this network, for example. Basically, it is a networking service we have to understand. So other things are there like Elastic Load Balancing, CloudFront, Direct Connect, some other services are there under networking. But this is our main service, VPC. Let's we'll see the interface. How is VPC look like? VPC is their virtual private cloud. See, virtual private cloud, which is a networking service. Right. Check here like only one VPC, one virtual private cloud, one service is there in North Virginia. Some subnets are there, some route tables are there, gateways are there. Something is there already. It was created earlier for some other batches. Generally, say like launch a VPC wizard, we can create a virtual private network wizard. In a VPC, we have some layers are there actually. Subnets are there, gateways are there, different layers are there. Okay, right. We'll see. Just remember, it is a network service actually, VPC. Then, then security and identity services also important for us. We have seen. Okay, so IAM is there here. Identity and access management. Already we have seen briefly to create the users, okay, to create the roles, to create the groups, to assign the permissions. We need this service here, IAM service, important service here. It's what like as a team lead or as a manager, you want to allow someone to work with what storage, someone to work with VPC, someone to work with EC2. So at that time here, we have to use this service here. Okay, identity and access management service, another important service for us. Here see IAM, IAM here. Just remember, just please ping me if any confusion is there. Just what is what we are discussing. What are the main services of AWS we are discussing. Check here, we can create the users here. We can create the roles. We can define the policies. Policies are nothing but what? A set of permissions. Okay, so yeah, in the dashboard it is saying like if I go to users, we can see right now how many users are there. Already I have created some users. Cloud user, I have connected through this cloud user. User 1, user 2, user 3, something. We have not added these users into groups. Okay, We can define actually like password, age, all those things we can define. MFA also we can define here. Multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication means what? Just for additional security, we can use this MFA actually. MFA. Purpose of MFA is what? Multi-factor authentication. Basically, like we have seen, to provide additional security. Means what? Once you enter username password, next it will send you like SMS. You'll get some OTP. Okay, OTP. So by you will get the OTP through your mobile, for example, to the employee's mobile. Once he enter the OTP, then the yeah, login success. Just for additional security, we can enable MFA. Again, remember to avoid the cost actually, to avoid the, for example, let's say you want to, we need to purchase the SMS, right? If you want to send through OTP through SMS, we need to purchase the SMS pack actually. For that also additional cost they will charge. Amazon will charge the additional cost. Okay, to avoid that actually, we have some authenticator apps are there. Google Authenticator app is there. So let's say in the employees, yeah, in the employees uh, uh, phone. Suppose let's say like Vikram is one of our employee. I will ask Vikram to download this Authenticator app, for example. Okay, so he will download the Authenticator app. I will configure in MFA, multi-factor authentication. So at that time, what we can do, whenever he is trying to log in, whenever he enter username password, automatically one unique number is generated in this app automatically. That number Vikram will enter, then login success. Means what? If I use this authenticator app, we can avoid that SMS charges. We can avoid. Okay. Like they said, we'll see all these things in this IAM, identity and access management, which is very, very important for us. Okay. Uh, yeah, I think it is clear, right? Or any confusion? Something is there. Sujit, Sharath, Narendra, Vikram, Malik. Any confusion is there? Any? Yeah, clear. Thank you, Narendra. I say yes. Yeah, just I'm not discussing practically what I'm trying to make you clear. Which service is for what purpose? Which service is for what purpose? Just I'm trying to make. Sujit, any confusion is there? IAM is for what purpose? Identity and access management is for what purpose? To create the users, okay, to grant the privileges. Which user can work with which service? Yes, yes. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's why I'm saying again, if any simple queries are there, feel free to type in the chat panel. Okay, right. Vikram, it is okay, clear. There are other people. Malik, yes, yes. Right, right. Thank you. Yeah, actually, we have less people. That's why we can ask queries. Okay, anything you want. So we can go in detail. No need to worry. Okay, right. Right. Then next one say like identity and here see like in the same way we have AWS directory services that enables you to use your corporate credentials to access AWS resources. Actually, we have something called directory services are there here or DNS services are there in every organization. For example, already here in our company 10 employees are working. Okay, for the 10 employees will create a directory, right? In the active directory, our DNS server will create the credentials. With that credentials, they will log in daily. For 10 employees will log in through a DNS server credentials. Same DNS server we can merge with the AWS, so that again no need to create separate logins in AWS actually, with the help of this directory services, which is important for us. Okay, so Amazon Certificate Manager is it. Certificates are there like SSL for restrict to provide high security. In the same way, like this, other services there, AWS WAF services there for traffic, yeah, allow or block the traffic to the web applications. So by defining the rules, various services, but IAM we have to just remember from in today's class. Then Amazon management tools are there through which we can manage our applications here. Suppose we have deployed any application, any resource, maybe it may be virtual machine or database or networks, anything. Those things we can manage here by using these services. Important. CloudWatch is there here, important service. This is a monitoring service. CloudWatch. We'll discuss in our course. Means what? Tomorrow something happened. To get automatically email notifications. Okay, so where we can set the alarms, we can set here. Means we can set the alerts actually. In general, we'll call it as alerts. Here we are calling them as alarms. Okay, like CP usage reaches above 80%, disk usage reaches above 90%. So, okay, I want to get automatically email notification. For that purpose here, we can use this CloudWatch, one of a monitoring service. Even like tomorrow, if you are working with DevOps tools, remember, CloudWatch will configure to monitor our application. CloudTrail is there, it provides a history of your AWS account activity, including actions taken through the AWS managed here. The CloudTrail basically it is like our auditing service, we can say. Auditing means what? Like once the user enters into management console, with what services he has worked with, okay, what features he has modified, all those things are recorded here. History is recorded, like error log, correct? Yes, yeah, think error logs also we can use. Yeah, yes, right. So in the same way, like cloud formation is a service helps in creating and managing a collection of related AWS resources. We can create templates to describe the AWS resources and any associated dependencies. We'll see this one one by one. But CloudWatch and CloudTrail are important for us management services. Right, some other services are there, miscellaneous services which we are using in general. Amazon messaging related services are there. Okay, yeah, to exchange the messages. Amazon Analytics related services are there that can help implement highly analytical applications. Machine learning and artificial intelligence related services are there. So these are some other services are there here. For application development also, one service, we have services are there here. Development environments are there here. Means what? So it may be .NET development environment, Java, PHP development environment. See, even we can develop also. See, in general, remember in Amazon, developed softwares, developed databases, we can host actually to start using, but still to run that yeah, developed softwares to develop databases, we can develop also here, see, with development environment, not only running, not only deploying and using, we can develop also. QA test environments are there here. Okay, staging environments are there. Generally we have some staging environments are used for which to maintain some old data. So production environments are there. We can actually remember we can switch. These are useful for developers actually. They can switch. They can put the code to testing environment, testing to staging. From there, they can switch to production. Like this here, like for development lifecycle activities, these tools are useful for us. This is the summary of all our components. Check it. Amazon global infrastructure is there. We have seen regions, availability zones, edge locations. Edge locations are what like our to improve the performance. We have edge locations. Already we have seen yesterday. If you are browsing some website from like Chennai, let's say in Chennai we don't have availability zone, for example, but we have edge locations. Means what the application is downloaded means output static outputs are downloaded in the Chennai location. From there, whenever we are browsing, we'll get the copy from that edge location. Means to get better performance. Actually, these edge locations are there. Means what instead of taking the page always from availability zone again and again, we have here edge locations. Next one's here, like generally say we can divide the services again into three major categories here. Foundational services are there, which are almost all compulsory. Application services are there for application developers, application monitoring, okay, and application executions, application services, then deployment and management services. Okay, so deployment services are there. Beanstalk is there here where we can deploy the applications. We can run the application for managing users. We have seen just now. IAM is there. Building also we can manage. Like they say, like CloudWatch is there. We have seen for monitoring purpose. Foundation services are compulsory for us. That's why as part of this course, we'll see all the foundation services, which are very, very important for us. Compute services we'll see. Already we have seen storage, networking, databases here. These are what foundational services which are compulsory for every application, right? So our application team can work with these services here, application services. So even like tomorrow, if you are working with DevOps, we'll work with these application services. Our deployment team can work with this deployment and monitoring services here, maintenance team. That is like three major categories Amazon has divided into three major services. Okay, right. These are just what we have seen here till now. What is AWS we have seen. What are the what is the global infrastructure or components we have seen, regions, all those things. After that, we have discussed we have discussed this major components of AWS we have seen till now, sir. Okay, I will create a AWS account. It is very easy. We have seen like two, three wizards are there, steps are there. We can create a AWS account. We can start practice. Okay, just what I will do for practice purpose tomorrow, I will create a AWS account. I will show you very simple steps are there. You can also create by your own with a credit card or debit card. Always remember after creating, just remember use the services which are marked as free. Use the services which are marked as free. Don't use other services. Even use other services, let's say they are charging some amount. We can raise the ticket to support team. Just have used this for practice purpose. I am a student. Then they will remove that charges. For example, I am saying That's why we have to know whenever we are creating the instances, for example, yeah, listen, okay. Yes, whenever they are saying, see, free tier eligible, for example, use this for practice purpose. Okay, don't use other yeah, instances, for example. Okay, right. So to avoid the charges again, here see, free tier by default it will select. You continue with the same thing for practice purpose. Okay, right, right. That we'll see. Tomorrow we'll see limitations. We'll start with. Then we'll start with first year IAM, which is important for us. Identity and access management. IAM will start. Okay, which is yeah, user management service we have seen. One question is that we have weekend class as well as yes, yes, we'll continue, right? Any if any problem is there with anyone, we'll continue, Narendra. Tomorrow also we'll continue. Okay, yes. Why? Because only 1 hour we are taking, we have to continue. So Vikram is saying cannot join. Other people okay? Narendra is asking. Vikram said cannot join. For other people, okay, right? Malik, Sharat, Sujit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, Narendra. Okay, Vikram, no problem. No problem, Vikram. I will share you the recording. Okay, no need to worry before coming to next class. Sunday, you can just go through the recording. What we'll do next week onwards, what we'll do, we'll try to increase our time, yeah, at least 1.5 hour. Then we can skip on weekends. Okay, Vikram. Okay, right, right. No need to worry. I will share the recording. No problem. Okay, just uh, yeah, yeah. Why? Because if we increase some time, then we can skip on Saturdays. Okay, if we are working or if we have some other schedules, no need to worry. We'll change according to our flexibility. No need to worry. Right, right. So, if any other queries are there, please feel free to type in the chat panel. I will share you this PPT. I will share you. Plus, I will share you PDF books plus the recordings what we have seen till now. That's why what I'm saying, suggesting, just to make the payment go with registration so that will go easily. Okay. I will share you all the recordings, notes. You can also prepare parallelly without any disturbance. Okay. Right. Right. Uh, yeah, I will make WhatsApp group, Malik. Okay, it will be easy for us. If anything you want, some materials you want, or today's recording you want, yeah, I will get the message. Yeah, will work easily. You can share the contents, everything. If any questions, anything. Okay, right, no problem.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Anything is there? Other people, Sarath, Sujit, any queries are there? We'll start with tomorrow
Yeah,
by
Karim.
creating the free account, free tier I will create. After that, we'll start with IAM. Okay, identity and access management, which is okay the uh, first one to start practically. Right.
Sorry, Karim. This is Sharat. I have
Next
small.
weekend, what we'll do? If you are continuing only 1 hour, next weekend what I will do, I will take the Linux basics on weekends. Who don't have Linux basics, they can so that they can attend. Other people who has only Linux commands knowledge, they can skip the class. Anyone will plan. Either increase the timing or weekends will see Linux. Okay, right. Right then, thank you very much. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, take care and bye. Yes, try to register. They will send you all the documents, everything, so that there will be no conflicts with us. Okay, right. Thank you very much.